Hey you guys, it's your girl T. So another video that I've been requested to do, a lot of folks been asking me to talk about, is the whole Fetty Wap situation. If you guys don't know, the other night on Twitter, I think it was Friday night, Fetty Wap took to Twitter to basically announce to the world that he has mixed children and that all lives matter. So when he said this, folks started dragging him. I even had something to say. A lot of folks are really mad with a lot of these celebrities right now. April Jones, who was Omarion's baby's mother, she was also screaming that all lives matter. People started dragging April as well. A lot of folks are saying that Keke Palmer has been canceled, Tyga has been canceled, Bobby V's been canceled, Fetty Wap has been canceled, and of course Wendy Williams has been canceled in their minds because they're just hurt by the things that they're saying and the things that they're seeing. I want you guys to go ahead and check out these tweets here from April, Fetty Wap, Keke Palmer, and a few others, and check out how people reacted. And then I'm going to come back and kind of explain how I feel about the situation. Check this out. All right, so you guys just saw the conversations and people going in and just all the things that were being said on social media over the past few days with some of these celebrities. So like I said, a lot of folks wanted to know what I thought about that. And as you guys saw in my tweet, I was kind of upset. I understand where some of them are coming from. You know, April is not black. She's black and Asian. So, of course, being somebody who is biracial, like I always tell you guys, you know, it's not fair to put somebody in one box. She is biracial. So she's also thinking about her Asian half, you know. So she's saying that she feels like if Black Lives Matter, why don't all lives matter? Same with Kiki Palmer was saying the same thing. And, you know, Bobby Valentino, you know, saying that, you know, we need to care about our own lives and us killing each other just as much as we care about the police. And I'm not saying that these people are wrong. You know, I kind of understand where they're coming from because all lives do matter. You know, I've said this before. All lives do matter. Police lives matter. Asian lives matter. Everybody's life matters. You know what I'm saying? We're all human beings. But the thing is, right now we're discussing Black lives, okay? We understand that all lives matter, but right now it's mainly Black lives being snuffed out. It's mainly Black lives being taken. And so that's the issue at hand. I think to kind of sweep that under the rug and just say, well, no, all lives need to matter and we need to talk about all lives, I think that's kind of disingenuous. You know, it's no different. I've heard this analogy used time and time again, that it'd be no different that if we were having a marathon to raise donations for cancer, and it's a cancer marathon, and, you know, we're trying to get rid of breast cancer, and then all of a sudden people start screaming and getting up in arms and saying, well, my mom died from brain cancer, or my uncle had prostate cancer. What about those cancers? Yes, all those cancers matter and all of those cancers can kill you, and we care about those cancers as well. But right now on this date, you know what I mean, we're talking about breast cancer. So it's kind of the same analogy. You know, yes, of course, all these lives matter. I don't want to see a white child, you know, die by the hands of anyone, you know, a police officer or a civilian, any more than I want to see a black child. You know, and it's really sad, like the words that people throw around and how we can't even have dialogue without folks being so quick to attack. When I did my video yesterday about the whole Alton Sterling situation, I was one of the few black YouTubers who mentioned a white kid in California who had gotten killed. And I mentioned him losing his life to the police. And do you know, I still had some racist white people hit me up and telling me that I'm racist. But I'm like, I'm acknowledging the death of this white kid when so many are not even acknowledging him on YouTube. They're only speaking about the death of, you know, of these black guys. I'm actually acknowledging him, and you're still calling me a racist because I'm saying that Black Lives Matter. You, ma'am, are full of shit, and that's why your ass got blocked. You know, I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm not going to be ashamed to say Black Lives Matter. I'm not going to be ashamed and not proud to be black, you know, and I feel like a lot of these black celebrities, they feel like they have to walk a thin line to where they don't want to, you know, offend anybody. But it's okay to say that Black Lives Matter. What bothers me with this whole situation that Fetty Wap is, and then to try and apologize, and, you know, that's cool that he apologized, but for him to say that the reason why he doesn't know, you know, he doesn't understand the whole Black Lives Matter hashtag is because he is a high school dropout. You're full of shit, dude. Black Lives Matter hashtag has been around since Mike Brown died 2 years ago. You know damn well what it means, okay? If you can come up with a rap song and smoke weed and fuck all day and have all these kids, you know what it means when people say Black Lives Matter. Do not let these celebrities fool you into thinking that they're crazy. Once they get drugged, they always want to backtrack, just like Wendy Williams. The reason why Fetty Wap's comment bothered me is because I've noticed a few things from him, and I was a fan of his music. You know, I've always spoke highly of him being an artist and things like that. I've done videos and whatever else about Fetty Wap and Taylor Swift and stuff like that in the past. Before he said this whole All Lives Matter thing, I did the video about him and Masika where he posted about his blue-eyed baby, okay? Now, he made sure in that tweet to post that he had a gray-eyed daughter and he had a blue-eyed daughter. But nowhere in that tweet did he mention his brown-eyed son, okay? Also, instead of him being grateful that his daughters are healthy, they don't suffer from glaucoma, which is what took his eye out, and that they can see and everything is okay and they're beautiful, he goes out his way to acknowledge the color of their eyes. You know, as if having two babies that have blue and gray eyes by two different women somehow somehow makes him better of a man. You know, that's how I took that tweet, because the eye color of the little girls, it doesn't matter. And obviously it matters to him because he made sure to acknowledge that, but then not acknowledge his son. Another reason why I had to give Fetty Wap the side eye is once him and Masika got into it online, he also made sure to note that he was no longer messing with black women and that he was only going to date white women. He posted this on his tweet, and then him and Masika got into it some more. Y'all know me, honey. I don't give two shits who anybody chooses to date. You can date all the white women in the world. You can date all the white men in the world, all the Latinos. Do you? Because like I always tell folks, at the end of the day, you can't date everybody, so you have no right to dictate who people can be with, okay? I have biracial nieces and nephews, so I never understand why people call me racist. But, you know, okay, I get along very good with their mothers. You know, we're very close. You know, I call them my sisters. So, you know, I'm not racist in the very least. But when I see black folks posting things like that, where you acknowledge the eye color of your kids and you make sure to say that you're not going to date black women anymore, and then literally 2 days later you take to social media to say my kids are mixed, all lives matter. Why did you need to declare that? Your kids being mixed, which 2 of them are not mixed, okay? Both their mothers are black. They're just light skinned. You know, Masika might have some things in her, but for the most part, she claims to be a black woman. Your other baby mother is clearly black. She's just light skinned. Now, he does have a mixed son, but that one is the son with the brown eyes that he refused to acknowledge in that initial tweet. So you have one mixed child, sir. You're a black man, and the other 2 women claim to be black women. So I don't even understand why he tried to say that his kids are mixed. No, he has one mixed kid. He has 3 children by 3 different women, okay? With that being said, your mixed son is no better than a black child and is no better than a white child, okay? At the end of the day, yes, all lives matter, but like I said before, we're discussing black lives. And for you to be a black man to try and, you know, dismiss that and say that all lives matter because your kids are mixed, I thought that was real ignorant. And then once folks called him out on that, then he tried to play the whole I'm a high school dropout and I didn't know and blah blah blah. Miss me with the bullshit. You knew what you were saying. You knew what you were saying when you sent out that tweet. And that's the problem. We have a lot of these celebrities, once they get to a certain status, like I told y'all yesterday, they start acting like new blacks. All of a sudden, they forget that they're from the projects and they're from the hood of New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Wendy Williams, too. You know, she did the same thing when she was on her show talking about, you know, why do we need HBCUs? You know, just little shit like that just bothers me because it's almost like, why did you feel the need to even say that? And especially when you have a huge platform with millions of people watching. You know, so no Fetty Wap, no April, no Kiki, Bobby Valentino. We understand and we acknowledge that all lives matter, but right now the topic at hand is black lives, and that's what people are talking about. And I just felt like Fetty Wap's tweet was not needed. It was very disrespectful. I'm glad he apologized. For you to say that you're not educated makes me give you the side eye. If you can floss diamonds and, you know, liquor and brand new clothes and, you know, all this shit that you buy and your money, if you can floss that on social media, you can definitely afford to buy some books to educate yourself about white supremacy and the things that are going on in this system and, you know, group economics and just different things. You can educate yourself. So you being a high school dropout is null and void. You know, Malcolm X was a high school dropout, but he didn't allow that to define him. He got himself educated. You know what I'm saying? He made something of himself. Not saying that Fetty Wap is not making anything of himself because he's a very successful rapper. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that don't use the excuse that you're a high school dropout, so therefore you don't really have an education, therefore you don't know anything. You choose not to know something. Anybody can go out here and learn things. You can Google, you can search. The information is out there, but you just have to want to find that information and have more knowledge of yourself and where you come from. So like I said, the whole situation was just crazy.
It's nice to see you guys. Thank you, Melvin.
Always. Thank you. We love you. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out.
Yes.
My name is Sharon Palmer. What I want to say is, this is what people don't know. She's from one of the poorest areas in the south side of Chicago, where the median income is like $21,000 to this day. I was on welfare. I had Section 8, government cheese, Roman noodles. All of that.
Still eat that.
That's where she's from. She's not from Hollywood. She's not from that. She's from a low-income area. My husband and I, we've been married for 28 years. And we wanted better. We wanted better. And so he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, we need to do better for our children. So I got back in church. He got back in church. He became an ordained deacon. I became the choir director, and my life changed. And I raised my children in that environment. And I raised them in a Christian environment. And so when anybody attacks Kiki for loving everybody, that's a Christian message.
That's right.
It doesn't mean you don't love black. It means you love people. So when someone asks her on Twitter, do you think all lives matter? She gonna take that bait every time. Because her mama told her to love gay people. My brother was gay, died with AIDS. Was a Vietnam vet, came back a heroin addict. And died from AIDS. One of the first people to die from AIDS. So she cares about all people. All people. My niece just married a woman. We got everybody in our family. So I wanted to say this. Kiki loves everybody. If y'all got a problem with that, it came from me. Take that shit out on me.
But I think for me, what hurt even more after he said that, and, you know, just seeing so many black people being so quick to just scream all lives matter, is that we have two huge white celebrities who are mega stars, way bigger than a Fetty Wap, way bigger than an April Jones, way bigger than a Keke Palmer. And that's not to diminish anything that these people have done. I'm just making a point. And they're also bigger than a Wendy Williams, okay? Justin Timberlake took to Twitter to basically speak out on the things that are going on. Pink took to Instagram and she went in. Pink was like, no, Black lives do matter. And if you have an issue with me saying Black lives matter, unfollow me. Y'all know Pink, honey. Pink is a rebel. She gonna keep it 100. That's why I fuck with Pink. That's why when Amber Rose tried to come for Pink, I had to check the hell out of Amber Rose, okay? So Pink is always gonna keep it real, and I respect that, and that's what we need. We need white celebrities, you know, and white people who so-called appropriate, you know, black music and black culture to speak out and to say certain things and to say it's okay to say that Black lives matter, because right now we're on the topic of Black lives. If this was an Asian person who was killed by the police, I would have no problem saying Asian lives matter. You get what I'm saying? So right now the people who have died happen to be black, you know, so that's why they're talking about Black lives matter, and it makes no sense to try and diminish that or sweep that under the rug, you know. So the whole situation to me is just crazy. Hopefully Fetty Wap will think twice before he just posts anything and realize that he has a platform, and that folks will clap your ass and come back for you if you say that, you know, if you say something foolish like that online. But am I going to cancel these people and never, you know, follow them or acknowledge things that they do? No, I'm not that petty. You know, I think sometimes people take social media to heart. And a lot of times we like to dismiss people once they make mistakes. And it's like, oh, you know, I hope they die. You know, just the shit that's just not necessary. You know, they stated their opinion. Okay, I don't necessarily agree. It's cool. We move on. Tomorrow's another day. Life is too short. Am I going to hate Keke Palmer because she said that? Nah. I just feel like I'm over the division. I'm over the whole getting into it with people and the selective outrage and just being nasty and mean to folks. People make mistakes. People say stupid stuff. Educate them in the most positive way possible and then move on. You know, everything doesn't have to be a I wish you death or, you know, F you, or everything doesn't have to be so nasty. You know, you can say something without just being cruel, you know, and I think that's the problem with social media. A lot of us have lost our humanity chip. We just say certain things without thinking of the consequences, without thinking of how it might make somebody feel. And that goes for celebrities as well, because I know a lot of people who emailed me that after Fetty Wap posted that tweet about, you know, see, I'm never going to date a black woman again, they were hurt because they were fans of his and they spent money on his music. So, you know, sometimes people just need to watch the things that they say and realize, you know, the fans that they have and that they have a platform, and certain things that you tweet and say can affect people emotionally. But at the end of the day, we're human beings. You know, we all have opinions. Sometimes we make mistakes. But again, just teach people what you know and be positive with it. You know, so at the end of the day, it's going to be really interesting to see, you know, how it plays out. Hopefully all these people learn from the people who added them with positive comments, kind of breaking down to them why Black Lives Matter. And hopefully they take that into consideration as opposed to just dismissing those comments and concerns of those people. So anyways, you guys, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation concerning Fetty Wap, April, Kiki, Bobby V, and, you know, everybody else who was screaming that all lives matter. And then how do you feel about Justin Timberlake and Pink finally speaking out and saying, you know, Black Lives Matter and that we need to support and showing empathy, you know, which a lot of people are almost scared to do. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Hey, you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.